So I'm going to be making this into a super long video, going from start to finish what happened. Bro, I was there when Becca started it. I watched Billy make racially charged jokes about you having an absent father. You're not the villain of this story. First of all, I don't really know you, but thank you very, very much for having my back in this. Like I said, I have no idea what I've done except protect my immediate community from white women who were flirting with white nationalists. Let's start from the beginning. So as you know, I was in a documentary called Conversion. I think I was in New York City on a Wednesday, or Tuesday or a Wednesday. So I went and I flew out and was a part of this documentary. And 2 days later, there was a shooting, a Colorado Springs shooting that happened at a gay bar. And then I believe it was the Saturday I was witnessing a TikTok live where Becca was sharing spaces with Jimmy, but she was not sharing spaces with me. The only thing that I've ever done to Becca is I private messaged her, letting her know the harm. And then she went into private Discords using her default settings of crying white woman tears because I told her not to do something because she didn't know the harm that she was doing. She'd be in these spaces debating the existence of drag and drag story time. Now, I was in a documentary with a drag queen, and the drag queen is named Dusty Ray Bottoms. I was thinking about the immediate cast members that were in this documentary, and I wanted none of them to be attacked. Hell, I didn't want to be attacked. But this was Becca's elaborate plan, was to use her tears under the guise of misogyny to get me attacked. I politely tried to describe to a Canadian leftist Discord what was happening. In the Discord, it was JB, Frank Dominic, Steve Boots, you know, these leftists that are supposed to be protecting minorities, right? None of them did that. All of them wanted to protect their social media following and leave people like me fending for myself. Some fucking allies, I tell you that. In fact, I had JB tell me I was wrong for asking for my safety, and I texted him, hey dude, where do I live? You were DJing at my fucking place. The call that I will never forget is when I was on the phone with Lisa. I was panicking because I had no idea why these attacks were happening. I don't remember fully how the conversation went, but I do know that I said the words to Lisa, hey, am I supposed to be doing this to keep the peace? Like, I can't even talk about what I need to talk about. I'm supposed to be doing this to keep the peace. And her response was, it's really unfortunate, but this is what you need to do. Now, I want to remind Lisa that my chartered rights is to say that I am allowed to talk about anything that has to do with my personal safety because it is my right as a Canadian citizen. So basically what they have done is they've done this triangulation tactic where she was able to keep her social media following and she made me do her dirty work, something that she was not willing to do on her own, in saying that I was problematic because I showed a little bit of anger. Well, fuck her. They started to do screenshots of my face. I had no idea what was going on. I was afraid because I never had this happen before. I reacted out of anger. I probably was mentally ill, and nobody had the capability of listening to me. Billy literally came out of nowhere. I have no idea who Billy is. I didn't even watch her videos. I watched maybe one or two of her calling me a massive red flag for talking about my personal fucking safety, and how now she's threatening friends of mine for me not to share my personal story about what happened to me when it came to her. Ironically enough, Frank Dominic and JB got attacked online for the very same thing that I got attacked online for. This was a simple way for them to build their social media following, was to literally copy everything that I was doing. For example, why Billy has the 15,000 followers is because she is in constant attack with attacks on my account. Also, what I do on my page should be nobody's business to save it and re-upload it. All these people that claim to be leftists and to protect minorities and being boots on the ground, have you ever seen any of them at a fucking protest? The answer is no. All these leftists that support these creators that have a high following, all of them are being used. Because when it actually becomes protecting people that are the most vulnerable, none of them are present. So thank you so much for this comment. It means a lot. I did not know what had happened to me. I did not know why this was happening to me. And by the way, Billy has this really unique way of ratting herself out. When she gets pressed on anything, she just rats out the major players. Becca was literally doing this long speech on what she was sick of me of. And I'm doing a recording of me walking in the village, displaying, I am sick to death that you brought white supremacists to my neighborhood. And because of these folks, I have extreme PTSD. I am mentally ill. All the progress that I had in therapy is literally gone. I remember that I was having a burger with my ex, and he looked at me strange. He said, "Are you okay?" And he wasn't on TikTok, and I just remembered that I couldn't even eat. That is the reason why that I posted that article, those two articles on Substack. Because I genuinely believe that these people want me dead. Use fake accounts and say that I use Darvo tactics and like all this other shit when they literally learned the word Darvo yesterday. My PTSD is causing me to have memory problems. I am anxious literally every day. I barely even know how to navigate life right now. Like, because of the attacks that I've been getting recently, I haven't been doing well in my class at all. These people were supposed to have my back and they scared the shit out of me. I remember comments like, "WAN safety, WAN safety. Did you think that we doxed them to you?" Laughy face, laughing emoji. None of it was fun or funny. I just never really had a good time with this. And they ruined my 16K social media following, all for a fucking joke. And they mass reported my shit, just like they're in their Discord right now, plotting on who they're going to attack next. This is the full story. If this gets reported, I will be posting this on Substack. Thank you very much for the comment and witnessing everything that I've seen from back then till now. And you're absolutely right. I am not the villain in this story.